Welcome to the deep dive.
Yeah.
Today, we're zeroing in on an emotion. Well, it's one almost everyone feels, but hardly anyone talks about openly, right? Envy,
That feeling. Yeah.
the real gut feeling, the why them,
Hmm.
when you see someone else's success just like pop up on your feed or something.
Absolutely. It can hit hard.
So our source material for this deep dive is this really insightful piece. It's a personal reflection from Japan, and the title is, well, it's I couldn't help but envy other people's success, but one word freed my heart.
Quite a title. And I think our goal today really is to unpack this universal human experience, figure out why envy feels so uncomfortable,
Right.
and then explore this surprisingly liberating path forward that the author outlines.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Where should we start? Maybe with that raw feeling itself, the one that kicks this whole thing off.
Yeah, let's start there. The author is incredibly honest about it.
Super honest.
Yeah.
Talking about those moments, that sharp, why that person,
Right.
especially, when scrolling through social media.
And what's really striking is that description of seeing glittering daily life, splendid homes, cars, smiles on SNS, social network stuff.
Yeah.
And that extra sting, right? When the person seems maybe less educated or frivolous than you feel you are. Ouch.
Ouch is right. The author calls it a slimy kind of jealousy. That's a potent word.
It really is. And it leads to judging yourself, feeling small, pitiful, miserable, really beating yourself up.
It sounds brutal, but also kind of familiar, doesn't it, for many people?
Very familiar. But here's where the article makes a really critical turn, a pivot.
Okay.
The author realizes this emotion, this envy, it's not evil.
Not evil. That sounds simple, but maybe profound.
Exactly. It's not just saying don't feel bad. It's about acknowledging it's a human thing.
Yeah.
How you choose to deal with it, that's the turning point.
So accepting it's there is the first step, not judging yourself for feeling it.
Precisely. It's a very human experience, and crucially, you are not alone in feeling it. It takes away some of that self-blame right off the bat.
Okay, so we've acknowledged the pain, the sliminess of envy. Now, the reflection introduces this concept, zuiki. This was really the core of it for me. Tell us about that.
Right, Zuki. It's spelled Z-U-I-K-I, pronounced roughly Zuiki. And it comes from Buddhist teachings, specifically the Tripitaka, the scriptures.
And what does it mean exactly?
It's defined as rejoicing in others' good deeds or success as if it were your own. Basically feeling genuinely happy for someone else's win.
Okay, that sounds nice. But why is that so hard? It sounds simple on paper.
Well, the source explains that we humans, we kind of unconsciously compare ourselves all the time. We're often looking to feel, well, superior.
Yeah, especially today, right? With success measured by things like money or follower counts online. It's constant comparison.
It really is. And the article makes it clear. Truly blessing someone else's success without it diminishing your own sense of self, that takes real mental training. It's work.
Mental training, like exercise for the mind.
That's a great way to put it. It's not about just squashing the envy down, pretending it's not there. It's about transforming that energy into something else.
Okay, so how do you actually do that training? The author had a specific method, didn't they? These Zuki no Gimon.
Yes, the verses of Zukijimon are like short poetic teachings. The author created their own. Think of them as like mental yoga prompts.
Mental yoga, I like that. And did it work?
According to the author, yes. They talk about reciting or copying these verses daily and feeling their mind gradually, sort of, settle down, calming the waves.
Can we share one? Let's look at Zuki Gimon 1.
Sure, it goes.
Beyond academic background and titles.
Evaluations and wealth are like the wind.
I will believe in my path and proceed.
With a calm mind, I will rejoice in others' happiness.
Wow. That feels grounding.
Doesn't it? The author says chanting this helps that fire of comparison just gently extinguish. The heavy feelings get lighter like a breeze.
That's a powerful image, blowing out the flame of comparison.
Yeah.
Now, beyond the verses, there was another tool the author mentioned. Something you say to yourself right when that envy hits, almost like a mantra.
Yes, and it's quite surprising, maybe. The suggestion is to tell yourself gently, this will succeed soon, you'll get rich.
Get rich? Is it like manifestation or something?
Not exactly in a literal get-rich-quick way. The article calls it a spell to calm yourself down. It's more about self-reassurance.
Ah, okay. Like telling yourself, your time will come too, it's okay.
Exactly that. You will also be rewarded eventually. It's okay. It's a dose of self-compassion right when you need it most.
That connects to another point they made about effort versus impatience. Can you unpack that?
Sure. The author emphasizes that Effort itself doesn't betray you. Hard work pays off eventually. But impatience, that's the real trap.
Impatience. Yeah, I can see that.
They even admit their own jealousy got worse when they saw success that looked like it came from cheating or cutting corners. That feeling of unfairness.
Right. Like they didn't earn it the hard way I am.
Exactly. But rushing for your own results just breeds impatience, and then you start blaming yourself when things don't happen instantly. It's counterproductive.
So it's about trusting the process, your own effort, without demanding instant results.
Precisely. And this leads into another really key concept they introduce, Taizen Jijaku.
Okay, how do you say that again?
Taizen Jijaku, roughly. It's a Japanese phrase meaning something like proceeding calmly and composedly on one's own path.
Calmly and composedly on your own path. I like that.
It's presented as the real key to getting beyond envy. If you're centered and steady on your journey, what others are doing, well, it doesn't throw you off balance so much.
It loses its power over you.
Yeah, you're focused on your own lane.
And the second verse, Zukichiman 2, seems to capture this perfectly.
It does. Let's read it.
Even if my heart is swayed by that person's wealth,
I too will bloom soon.
effort bears fruit. Cultivate the seed.
Look up to heaven calmly and composedly. That last line really echoes Taizen Jijaku.
It does. Look up. Stay calm. Stay composed. Cultivate your own seed. Don't get distracted by other people's flowers, maybe.
That's a lovely way to put it. And ultimately, the core message here is one of profound self-kindness.
How so?
The article says, look, if you're struggling with envy, the first step isn't to beat yourself up. It's to tell yourself it can't be helped because you're human.
Acknowledge the humanity of it. Give yourself a break.
Exactly. Take a breath, and then maybe try creating your own Jimon, your own verse.
Like a personal mantra for those moments.
Yeah. And the author found just speaking it aloud, hearing your own voice say these calming words, it can have this almost mysterious effect on quieting the mind.
Interesting. It's like an active practice.
Very much so. And the third verse, Zuki Jimon 3, feels like a beautiful summation of this whole journey.
Okay, let's hear that one.
May people's happiness continue.
May those who work hard be rewarded.
With a calm mind, gaze upon my own path.
I too will head towards the light of truth.
See how it brings everything together. Wishing others well, trusting in effort, focusing on your path, and having that sense of purpose, your own light.
It really does. It connects back to that heart of Zuki.
Absolutely. It becomes less about just gritting your teeth and acknowledging someone else's win, and more about finding your own inner strength, believing deeply in your way of life.
Shifting from that external comparison to internal conviction.
That's it exactly, a profound shift.
So, wrapping this up,
Mm-hmm.
what's the big takeaway for someone listening? We've covered a lot. From slimy jealousy to these calming verses.
I think the core idea is don't fight envy like it's an enemy you have to destroy. Instead, you acknowledge it. Okay, I'm human. I feel this.
Right. Don't suppress it.
Don't suppress it. Understand it maybe comes from comparison.
Mm.
And then use these tools, whether it's the idea of Zuki or creating your own Jimon, to transform it.
Transform it into what? Fuel for your own journey.
Yes, fuel for your own journey. A catalyst for strengthening your sense of self, for finding fulfillment on your own terms, not just chasing what others seem to have.
Moving away from that endless comparison game.
Definitely. It's about reclaiming your focus.
So a final thought for everyone listening. Thinking about this shift, from feeling miserable about envy to maybe using it as a prompt for your own growth. How could that change things for you? Day-to-day interactions, maybe even your bigger goals. Something to chew on.